When somebody first decides they're inspired to start doing something, they need to be aware that your business exists, right? Now, your content needs to support each of these stages, and that's where it starts to get a little bit involved, right? So let's talk about awareness. So when somebody first decides they're inspired to start doing something, they need to be aware that your business exists, right? So they start to think on things around, what should I search for? What kind of word should I type in? We call that search intent, right? What is the intent of what they're getting ready to put into typically Google? These are the questions people Google before they even know who you are. So they'll start to type things in. This is where SEO comes in and you starting to rank at the top of the different search engines. All of this is created because of the content that's on your site. So they'll start to search for things like best window treatments for large windows, right? Shutters, what's the difference between shutters and blinds? Maybe they'll type something like that. Or maybe they'll just dive straight into the price thing and say, how much do these particular things cost? These are all different kinds of searches that people in this stage are going to type in. Now, content examples of things that we can create here include blog posts, educational videos, and downloadable guides. So these are things that help them educate themselves more about what the potential outcome could be for their project. A lot of different ways that you can create content that typically is what they are looking for at this particular stage. Now, when they move over to consideration, now they're starting to narrow down their options. And this is where things like visuals come into play, right? Photos, galleries, before and afters, pictures of different rooms and things that they could do. This is where they're in a comparison type of mindset and they're looking at the different options here. So when they're looking at the different things on your website, on your different profiles, they're starting to look at product comparisons, project galleries, and design inspiration. So they've moved past the point of trying to research just overall what they're looking for. They've started to narrow down the focus on certain things. And this is the type of content that you need to create for these types of people. They're digging in a little bit at this point. And if you have these things on your website, they're going to stick around for a longer time. Next is the decision stage. Finally, we got them to the point where they're going to make a decision and hopefully set an appointment with us, right? So this is the trust building stage. This is where most buying decisions are made and where some really important things are needed. So for instance, we'll talk about this, but testimonials is a huge thing. This is a huge trust factor. Real projects that you've done. So if you have some before and after pictures or even project pages on your site, that would definitely help you. The customers at this stage really just need confidence that they're making the right choice in choosing your business. So content that works here, before and after projects. These are huge. These are really big, and Google loves these as well, right? So having the before and after of the different projects that you've done, the installs, and explaining what those are along the way, not just pictures. The testimonials, we talked about this, having those on your website where people can see that other people have done business with you and we're very happy about it. You can even do case studies if you've got some bigger projects. That here's what the customer wanted, here's the solution we came up with, and here's what it looks like when we did the install. This is also the place for frequently asked questions. So somebody in this stage has kind of made a decision to work with you, but if you can come to them with questions that maybe they weren't thinking of or things that maybe is rattling around in the back of their head, this is where that kind of solidifies your expertise by having those FAQs. Another thing I like to call here is SAQs, or should ask questions. It's always awesome to have a customer come to a website and not realize they should be asking this question about this product. So having those should ask questions in there can really help solidify the idea of turning them into somebody that converts. So conversion means they set the appointment, they pick up the phone and call you, whatever that is that they do. But this is where the appointments happen. So we need specific types of content, pages on your site that are going to help this conversion stage take place. Now, the easiest one here obviously is a set an appointment page or a consultation page. Make it easy for them. Make it simple for them to set the appointment. I talked to somebody this morning who was unsure about adding an appointment calendar to their website. And my biggest point was, if somebody goes to your website and they set an appointment, like they pick a time and a day and they set that appointment, that person is highly unlikely to hit the back button and go to a competitor and do the same thing, because they've mentally committed to your business at that point. Now, other people will say, I just want a form. I don't want somebody to be able to assign times to me on a calendar. First of all, the calendar piece is a recommended time that I want to have you come out. Now, if you're going to be across town and you can't get there in 30 minutes, that's okay, because you just call them when you confirm the appointment, say, Mrs. Jones, I can't be there at 3. Can we move it to 3:30? Not a huge deal, but you got that mental checkbox in their mind that they set that appointment. So that's huge. There's also showroom visits. If you have a physical showroom, you can set up those invitations to come visit the showroom. Those are fantastic. And of course, free measurement offers have some different offers out there to help people take that next step, whatever that happens to be. Thanks for tuning in with us here at Window Treatment Marketing Pros. This was just one piece of the conversation, so let's keep it going. Click right here for the next part, and we'll see you there. Subscribe for more marketing tips for window treatment and awning companies.